Hello and welcome to the next episode. This is our series which is about this Lego room and of course my life. Now the last few uploads have been absolutely huge, but today, fingers crossed, it should be nice and simple because it is all about giving it a little bit of a tidy and adding in lots and lots of minifigures to make some really nice dioramas up. But before we carry on with that, let me show you what we have been up to over the last couple of uploads. All of this has changed. Everything that we are looking at now has all recently been added in over the last couple of uploads. We've redesigned this street area. Don't forget this whole design is supposed to be a theme park. So we've added in the shadow box, started to add in all the different vehicles. The artwork went up on the wall a while back and the Joker Manor has been raised up and that will be put on to a Harry Potter stand eventually. As we start to come round, it gets a bit miserable because this is going to be a really fun new project, but once I got the box back out, I didn't realise how badly damaged that was. But this is going to be our new Legoland Miniland table with regards to the architecture sets. But before I can tuck into that, I need to use the tabletop space to move things about, because when that bit gets taken up, I don't have any space left. So that will be a future project for a future upload. And of course, we've got to get all the minifigures placed that are in front of it. As we carry on coming round, all the Winter Village stuff got put in first. I think that was one of the first things that got done, and it's not been touched since. But fingers crossed, we'll find some more minifigures. I've just found these two, so these two can go and pick their own tree. And of course, they live over there in the gingerbread house. So it's just little bits and pieces like that. The Disney stuff all up at the top of the castle and all that kind of thing, that's been up there for a good while. That's not going to be touched. This is still in the process of being done, and this is actually a joint upload. Because I say an upload, it's a joint project on the same day, because I am waiting for the base plates for that to happen. So you'll probably find that they will just appear in the background out of nowhere, because that's how I'm going to end the other video. But obviously I'll show you as well, because I'm giving you an update now. As we're coming down, you have got the Loop Coaster, Avengers Tower, and all of this has just been redone. I now finally like the placement of the carousel. We also want to add in some of the gaming trucks and things like that. You can see that we have got the Apocalypseburg tucked in at the back, and we have started to add in little bits of dioramas and stuff on there. So like the Spidey coaster, for example, that's going to need a lot of work, and that is just a case of finding all the minifigures in the bags to start with, and then probably in a separate upload just spend the day doing that. And then not only do I want to add in all the minifigures, I need to move this little thing, because we have moved this, which is obviously part of the Rivendell and the Jurassic Park, and it was over there. Now I need to put this bit out the way, but it's annoying me, so I'll probably just put it by the big turbine fan for now, and then just store those boxes so it's safe and sound, and I don't want it to get damaged. And the reason why I want this out of the way is because this today is the day before the new Dungeons and Dragons minifigures get released, and if I can pick the minifigures up quick enough, I might be able to show you them either at the end of this video just in the box, but you're going to have to keep your eyes peeled for a future upload of me actually adding them in. It all depends if I can get this done today, or if it's going to last the weekend, or how quickly I can get the minifigures, and so on and so forth. But the D&D set I think looks really, really clean and smart within here, and then obviously you've got the haunted house and all the other little bits and pieces behind, but the waterfall onwards, none of that is going to be living on this table. So that is all the stuff that we have done previously and been added in, all the bits and pieces. But what we are going to do now is just tidy stuff up. So I want to get all these minifigures in the correct place. We've got Ninjago there, we've got Harry Potter there, we've got DC down there, we've got random train conductor and all that kind of thing. So they're going to go in their correct zones, and I can start making up little dioramas with them, or just put them on the rooftop and then just do it when I've got a little bit more time. This table will then get undone, it will get flat packed and go underneath. I have got two of these, so another upload will be a case of trying to measure up how many tables we actually do need for the under display, get all the lights and everything on there, because that is going to be a fantastic looking display. When this table moves, it means we can pick up all the instruction booklets and they can go in the clear box that is just where that computer is, just behind. So that means I will have a clear floor as well. So we've got quite a lot to mess around with and do, but fingers crossed it shouldn't be too stressful. And obviously the more I look, the more I find just random minifigures everywhere. And I think I've even got, I've got a different cap in my pocket as well. So we've got quite a few bits and pieces to get on with. So with that being said, let's get to it. So I think we'll start off just at this table, because I'm going to keep walking into this. So we'll start off with the minifigures that are on it. We'll just put them into where that they need to go. It'll literally just be a case of snatch and grab I want to start making up really nice little dioramas like we've been doing. I really like the look of this. Obviously there's a couple more cars that I need to get, and it'd just be easy when we start adding more and more minifigures in, and I think they will look the part. So I put that behind there. And again, what I've done, I've added up the minifigures up at the top for the Batman artwork, which looks nice. We've added up the little Batwing just up there. We've got all these minifigures up at the top because they're just safe and sound. I've got to figure out if I'm going to dot them around or what I'm going to do with those. And then, of course, we've got all the Harry Potter minifigures to add in on this L shape around the back, because that is obviously a nice little Easter egg of bits and pieces that are going on. I have no idea what is in here. I can see Star Troopers. I can see all sorts of bits and pieces in there. So, yes, start on this table, get this table out of the way. I get all the camera stuff out. I've got some plugs and stuff in here. So it's just going to be a general... hopefully nice and simple, general tidy, and it'll just be nice and easy. And then we've got some more big bits and pieces to do. There we go, in a little while. So there's nothing new yet to add. I am going to be making the decision today if we're going to get the Harry Potter thing. That's embarrassing because you've just spun off as I walked away. So you are balancing on the roller coaster track. So if you fall off, you are going to go absolutely flying. I think you can see. I can never tell. So that is a bag of rubbish of all the inner bags that I picked up yesterday. There's more. So I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this. And that is Ninjago. So we have got some Ninjago bits and pieces that can go down there. That is the new Droid and J. So that's from a magazine, so I can make some shorts up with that. That is an Iron Man that I'm going to need, so that box can go there. That's embarrassing because I've just knocked the bike off the side of the Daily Bugle. Did not want to start the upload like that. So we're already doing a repair. What a moron. We'll put you now at the angle like so, I think. Yeah. Nice. So that is just climbing up the side of the building. Right, so we have got the Joker. That's an important minifigure. That minifigure is from the internals of Ninjago City. Still finding many months later just stuff on the floor because I haven't moved the stuff from this side. And I actually find some architecture stuff underneath this table when I move some of the instruction booklets out. That's got everywhere. That was such a big smash. It was not ideal whatsoever. So you can go there. You can stand there for now. So I just put them where they need to go. And then, like I said, we can then start adding in the minifigures and making nice little diorama sets up. But like this, for example, so I have put some of these over here, and I'll grab the camera in a second. We've got two variations of Joker. We've got this little popcorn machine, which I'm not 100% sure we should add that into the corner or not. So it's just little things like that where I'm not 100% sure what to do with everything. We've got all of these up here. We did do a little bit with Thor, just on that. So we've been doing bits as we go. I think that's just going to be the easiest thing. There's so many minifigures around here because we've got the Flash down there. We've got two variations of the Joker and other bits. Obviously, I can add in some minifigures stood up across the top because we've got each one of these bases, so that would look quite nice up there. Maybe add more bright, vibrant colours in there, or every variation of Batman, or they could just be stood by the vehicle. They have got, obviously, every variation of. There's a Nick Fury in there, there's a War Machine in here, there is a half Venom type thing in here. Got Fred Flintstone in here from the Flintstones house. There's Rhino is dotted in there as well. So there's plenty of Marvel minifigures in there. There is one of those things. So yeah, there's quite a lot of good minifigures about, but I just need to place them somewhere. So all of these pieces can go. That is the that's the Ninjago boat. I could be wrong. Doesn't look like it is. Because I had a bit of an... I put it over here just to be sure, and then we will see exactly what is what, because there's lots of bits and pieces going on with this. And I'm still finding bits. Now, Mr. Freeze is another minifigure that I have just found, so he obviously needs to come over this way. I think he should be stood just there, because what a good looking minifigure he is. And that was out of a magazine, I do believe. So I do need to look at getting the classic 66 and having a really nice Batman diorama here. That's what the plan is for bits and pieces over there as well. So there is plans in place for that kind of thing. Right, spare pieces box. No thought is going to go into this whatsoever. I know what that's from. That's from the Fresh Stuff. That's Sonic, Fresh Stuff. Spare bricks, no idea. Some of this might be the Harry Potter castle. If you saw a couple of uploads ago, I got the Harry Potter castle out. I'll keep you out. I've had, oh, I'm sure I had his tail. So yeah. See, Dungeons and Dragons, Harry Potter thing. I don't know if I'm going to, I'll keep that over there, but I don't think I can use that. But I can plonk that over because it might be a nice thing to keep. Huge flap like that. Any idea what that huge thing's for? Don't want to start breaking all of that kind of thing up because I don't know what was on here. Because this has been used for so much. That is definitely Ninjago. That is chain from the Loop coaster. Gotta be. So I must have used this as spare pieces for that. That can go down, that can go down, that can be thrown away, that can go into storage, that can go in there. Your train conductor can chill out up there for now. You can go with. That needs a new home. So you can see how this is just fiddly. It just takes a long time, especially when you've got all these little individual pieces. So we will try and make as many little diorama bits and pieces up as we can. The Marvel and DC stuff is easy because obviously you can just do little battles, and as it's supposed to be for a theme park, well, we can do whatever we want and then just add in the generic BAM minifigures as we go. So that's not going to be too difficult whatsoever, he says. But what we're going to do is we're going to get these out of the way, and then I'm going to find more silliness underneath this table, which there is, and it just continues. Ah, there it is. So this has got smashed. So this is our Hulk thing. I wonder where that went. So that is that, and that goes in there. So now this needs to go somewhere. So let's do this first, shall we? Where can we put this? Because actually this is a little bit of an Easter egg to, well, it's quite important. Now, there is a plan for this because potentially the Harry Potter thing is going to go with the townhouses at the front. Which means this little diorama here that I said we could do would actually have to go through the back. So maybe we'll have to focus on this in this upload. Get this in on this upload so we can do a little bit of the Marvel side. And then do a little bit of the DC, and I'll just go through the minifigures. Otherwise it's going to take forever, because I've already waffled on for 9 minutes and I've placed 2 minifigures. Because again, I found Superman with his Daily Planet thing, and I haven't really got any units. But if we put him, say for example, up here, no, we can add him in with the first hard cape Batman that came with the shadow box. We've got Bruce Wayne over there, so he can chill out over on there. I need 2 hands and a drink, which has got very hot up here very quickly. But yes, I think the best plan of attack is move that, make a diorama up with those before they all get mixed up. So we'll start here. We've done these little bits and pieces on the roof, so we could add in some more up here if we can, and just do odds and sods. We've got to remember that that's up there. Some of these have fallen off and done weird bits and pieces. There is a nice Punisher display that we could do with Daredevil, because we've got the zombie heads with blood dotted all over the place, so we can have a bit of a an 18 plus, shall we say, outside this section. So all we need is Blade, Daredevil and the Punisher, 1 on the rooftop and 2 on the street. And then we'll see how long that takes to do, and then we'll just carry on moving down, because like I said, this could be quite a long process. So I need 2 hands. I'll move these over. grab a drink, and then we'll carry on. So the table has been moved, which is ideal. It actually gives a serious amount of space. It's not the biggest of tables, but as you first come in, it now means I can actually stand much, much closer and actually reach the back of the displays a little bit easier. Simple things keep me happy. Right, so next thing I'm going to quickly do is just move this so it is out the way, because I do not want to get this thing down. I'll put you back up here. Do not want to get this thing damaged whatsoever. And then we will be moving on to the displays. I think the best thing to do is just stick with the Marvel and DC displays to start with, because that'll keep my title of this video nice and simple. And yes, I am over the loft latch. Do not want to break my neck whatsoever. Now I'm hoping that this will fit. I'm not too sure how the Hulk Buster has made its way over here, so that will have to be placed in this upload, so that can go there. The X-Jet, well, that is feeling sorry for itself because there's nowhere for it to go at the moment. But if we can get this out the way without breaking it, famous last words, get this out the way without breaking it, first thing I do, ping a piece off. Oh, it doesn't go there, does it? Come on, spin round. Did I even manage to do that? Alright, idiot versus stud, this is. There, on. You'd never know. Right. Always love a little bit of fruitiness. Alright, hands free, like a moron. What am I doing? Right, so that is out the way. And these. So we have got some Christmas decorations. Literally Christmas decorations. So they will go to our Christmas pile. That is space, and that is space. And I don't know where these are going. So that can go with our Star Wars stuff. So I don't know what we are going to do with those. So that is that bit done. So that is the space that we have got. We've got one 32 by 32 base plate just there for something, and we are going to keep the fun fair wheel in. Obviously now we've got this little bit of space in front of the D&D, and like I said, that is going to stay. And we do have this thing to add at some point, but we're not doing any of the buildings today. So let's get on with, well, I've actually done something as well. So I put this down here because this is supposed to be our Marvel coaster, I guess. So I've added this actually at the back, and it can clip on just like that. So we can add in characters all around here. Does not affect the lift whatsoever. And yes, the lift kind of works to a certain point. It just needs a bit of, as everything else, a bit of work. I did set it off the other day, and it's now stuck there because it hit the table, and yeah, I didn't think that bit through. So I need to get it back into its station, which I might as well do now because I will be making the diorama directly in front of it. And there's the gaming truck to add somewhere. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, I know where the gaming truck went. The gaming truck, which was fully complete, was in it was on top of this box. And I'm not going to lie, I tripped and basically pancaked the box and squished it. So I put it in here to protect it, and I, in my stupidity, have completely, I don't even know how I did it, completely crushed it. So that is the, that will literally just go in there somewhere. So I won't bore you rebuilding that on camera. I'll give that a go if I can, because it is fully complete. It's just the pieces fell in that box. If I had that on camera, it would have been an absolute gem of a highlight reel, but I don't, so I can't share it with you. But I'm not too shy to say what it is. So potentially, again, we could just wrap it up with detail. I know it makes no sense because this is in the mechanics of it, but you're not going to see it otherwise. So we have got a little pay-to-play little balloon thing. So this isn't the easiest thing to reach, because I'm going to have to actually put it through the loop, and then just put it in there rough for now. And then when I get some base plates, the Avengers Tower will come out, and then we can make a proper little diorama bit with the truck, because I think this will be a nice little fun fair section for everything. We've got the little bike, so that would work quite nicely there. We've got a nice little bit of space behind here, so we can have a nice little diorama down there. But I'm just grouping all of these together, because all of these characters, which are part of this, are actually part of this coaster. I think this one is as well, the one that's about to chunder. That one I think is. If he's not, he can go with it because he's got a gaming t-shirt on. So those two can sit on there with the squirrel. Because on the artwork, if you had just noticed it, it does have the carousel, the Ferris wheel, the haunted tower, and the loop coaster. So there's nothing new on this bit of artwork. It's all the older stuff, which makes me think we're going to get a whole new wave and phase of things. Because on the red one, they did the same thing, and then they released loads and loads of new bits and pieces. And then that's basically how it all went. I can't. There we go. I think I put that on the wrong way round. I have. Moron. Alright. I built the bench the wrong way around, haven't I? I can't sit them down. Now I can. Couldn't quite figure out why I couldn't get them to sit. The holes were too far. The holes were too far back, weren't they? So they're there, safe. 1, 2, 3, 4 minifigures, 2 pretzels. And that is, see, we got things like this. So we've got the worker up in there. So I don't know whether to add anybody into the queue line. I don't know whether to add people just sort of stood up, because it kind of makes sense because it's a theme park. So we add her. Hang on. We put 3 characters in it. How am I going to get this back? Can I do it inverse, or is it going to fall off the truck? So it actually went round this track perfectly fine, but it hit the table, it hit the wooden bit, the shelf that overhangs on the table. And that is something I didn't think of, but I think I can reverse it all the way over like I am. I think. So I've now got it. I should be able to get it back on, which I have done. And then it drops. So in here, we either add some Marvel characters in, or we just sit down generic characters, which, to be honest, I don't think it really matters. She's in, he's going to fall out. That's a chef. Why not? He works hard enough. Chef can go in there as well. That looks like it's a worker, so she can stand there. And then that leaves those bits and pieces. Now I want to fill up that queue line. I might as well start on the queue line next. So we either now find basically characters that we can't plonk anywhere. Right, I'll keep that in mind, I think, because that's all together. So I'll have a think of that as we move on. So Blade, Daredevil and Punisher. The display I've been looking forward to doing for a long time. Now they're not all going to be finished today, obviously, because I've got to find all the elements and all that kind of thing that I want. But most importantly, I want the minifigures. So there is Blade. There is the Daredevil. And now the Punisher, you can come over with me. I think he is chilling out underneath Morpheus. Yes, he is. And Moon Knight over here. So these 3 can have their own thing. So we just need to add in a lot of violence, I think. So of course, Daredevil have to go on the roof. So we can add in. Just need to find these. These are in a bag. I've got all the vampires because we did do a very gruesome display. Really gruesome. It was like blood splatter everywhere, and it's actually part of this turbine fan. So if you wondered what was going on with this, if you look, We've actually got somebody that's beheaded up at the top. We've got a different Superman up on the side with all of the splatter, and we've got blood splatter all across the bottom. So yeah, we didn't really keep it PG for that display, but then we just couldn't fit it back into what we're doing now. So we'll make this one a good bit of fun. So if those characters go there, I could just have all three on the rooftop and they could all be doing their own thing. So we put Blade up there, Punisher up there. That is a Lego House exclusive, oh, it does say on the back, Lego House exclusive minifigure. Which, to be honest, probably should go by the restaurant here. So I'll have the chef up there. All of this needs a good cleaning and tidy, but I want to make some, I want to get the correct minifigures sat on the table, because this is such a gorgeous set, because you can see it from the side. I don't know if you can see it from the front, but that would make sense having, well, there's a couple of important bits from DC when they are actually right around the table. Obviously, there's one where he turns up in his Lambo, doesn't he? And he buys the actual restaurant itself. So yeah, we've got a couple of options for that. That definitely. There we go. So that didn't seem right, but that's better. That's on correctly. So how am I going to do this without actually knowing where the minifigures are? This, I didn't really think that through. I've got the minifigures, just don't know where they are. I don't know what's in each bag. So the villains aren't in there. Like I said, a lot of minifigures coming. Not in there. Wonder Woman's in there. A couple of other Disney characters are in there. Harry Potter. A lot of CMFs. Oh, they keep coming. I've got bags and bags of the things. That's definitely not in there. Yeah, one of many places they could be. So I'll have to find them and then come back in. But at least they're ready for its own display, I guess. How am I going to do this though? What do we think? I know this is sort of bouncing between minifigures adding in and modulars. If I got the new Burrows in a few hours time, does it go there? Or does it go at the back and it just gets higher and higher? Because it's a townhouse, and the Burrows, the actual building of the Burrows reminds me of something that I've done. It kind of sums up the trip that I recently did for Global Life Travels. Absolute chaos, but it was amazing at the same time with regards to like the travel and things, and obviously the house is all over the place, and just the different random hotels and things that we stayed in, because the Burrows to me kind of looks like a hotel slash obviously family home. And yeah, it just brings back some quite fun memories of a trip that I did for the Global Life Travels channel, and I think it would remind me of that trip, because it's a base. I get all these sets to remember different bits and pieces, and yeah, there's just something that keeps going off with that, because I just think of it, I just think it's such a silly, crazy building, but it works perfectly fine. Almost like it's all holding on, and it all came together perfectly in the end, because obviously the set itself is great. And it's basically how the trip was as well, because bits and pieces could have easily got cancelled and all that kind of thing. But I am moving off from what we're supposed to be doing now as a standard thing. I am going to spend a couple of minutes, I think, going through some of the minifigures in that box, see what's there, and then we know where to put them. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going round and round in circles, going, oh, we could do a display there, but I can't because I don't know where the minifigures are. And yeah, we'll just figure out as we go. Okay, I've had a super quick look through the box, and there's actually a lot of the characters that I recognise that can go where they can go straight away. So we'll start off with, and we'll literally just keep going back to the box. So Bruce Banner, obviously the Hulk, he needs to be outside of the Avengers Tower, and he isn't, because he was not included in the set. So we've got She-Hulk chilling out on one of the benches. I think he can just be chilling out just there. And something that I have knocked is this. Now this came in a free magazine. I say it was free in a magazine, you obviously pay for it, but it's the cap, shield and helmet. And I've added mine just onto the corner as a permanent thing. So I quite like that, because obviously just on the side there you've got the Battle of Heroes. On the Bruce Banner you do have the dual face where he's going green, and I do like that. And I have added up here the Hulk is just chilling out up at the top, so I could have him coming back off the building if need be. But yes, we've got plenty of stuff that we can be doing with that. Now the zombie taxi driver, we have got a beautiful zombie. And of course, if you didn't realise, this is actually from the Ghostbusters Firehouse. So I can just group all of those together. We're making progress. Stop for a second. Tom Holland, Spider-Man. Now that is going to go with our Spidey display. Don't know whether just to have them all together separately, because it should be on... Can I reach? Oh, might be able to. Up here. I can... Not 100% sure. He hasn't got any of his blast effects or anything, but will he stand? If I push that hard enough, it's going to all fall over. Hang on. He can stand by MJ. I'm sure this is the one from this set. There you go. He is in and on. That's a cool looking thing. And obviously, like I said, that's going to be our Spider-Man coaster. This is going to be our Marvel Avengers type coaster. I'm going to make you dizzy. I think that's going to be a problem. So if I place you up on there, I'll grab a handful of them out. Taxi driver with the donut. That is from the donut shop. He can sit on the bench outside the police station because he's the... think that is the... Yeah, he can just sit there because he's got a donut, so that's fine. No drama whatsoever. So he is down on that. We'll stick with the Marvel stuff for now. Right, custom Kingpin. Another cap. Spider Pig. Another cap. Different cap. Red glove rather than brown. Miles. That's short leg version. Miles. Green Goblin. Brown Doc Ock. Venom Doc Ock. Toy Story Woody. Nick Fury. Rhino. Yeah, see, there's a lot. War Machine. There's quite a few. There's quite a few in here. So what can we do with just this handful? Well, that could have gone a lot worse than what it just did. How you just fell through that gap and all you did was knock these two off. Because I think they were battling like that. Something's definitely come off. I can't tell what it is yet, but well, that's done that. That is, I don't know if that went there. Who knows? Just put that there, and we'll just pretend that's how that went. Whoops. Okay, better hold on to you from now on. So we have got plenty of different caps. So I think we've got a couple in the actual building. We've got this cap, and then we've got the Steve Rogers. Well, they're both Steve Rogers, aren't they? But you can see two completely different variations of. So they will need to go somewhere. Now, Kingpin, he's got to go at Pie. He's got to go with Daredevil Punisher, isn't he? So this is a custom Kingpin, which is a mix of... it's the Joker. I think it's the Joker legs. I think it might... I can't remember what suit it was from. But it's all official Lego pieces. It's just a dual face, and obviously just managed to find the other bits and pieces. But I can't remember what the torso is from. Oh no, it is. So the torso is from this Joker. Just there. So it's the same... It's the same... Oh, where can I put you? It's the same thing, look. So that's those two. Exactly the same blazer. I've just got multiple ones of these. Then just found some purple legs off, obviously, a generic character. Found a different head and just made a Kingpin up. So, yeah, ideal. And I think it works. It works well. So if you've got yourself some spare CMF DC characters... White suit Kingpin at the end. Very, very good. Of course, this could have been used as a hotel, but I'm not going to put a corner unit there, but that could have been used in his penthouse type thing. Absolutely love the TV show of Daredevil. Right, so Brown suit Doc. All the Spidey stuff, I'm going to leave you on that roof. I'm not going to risk you taking you really high up. You can go there for now. The cool thing about these, with how stiff they are, and you can see, is that you just got to ping them on, and they just hold really, really nicely. And as long as the element that it's holding will be strong enough, they could quite simply hold on to another minifigure if required. I'm not sure that element's going to be long enough, but he might just be able to hold on like that. See? Just hold on like that to Spidey Pig, and simple. So that would do me, because those two are pretty cool characters. You can see them a little bit closer. So those two are just battling and fighting away. And if I can, obviously, when I find the actual, all the elements, then they can go from there. Now, we have got this weird variation of Venom. It's a cool print, but it just doesn't make any sense. And the problem is, for me, I can't get on with Venom because Sony can't make a good film. Make incredible animation stuff, like the animation they've got for Miles Morales is just insane. But the films are dreadful. Just give it back to Marvel, Sony, please. Just give it back to Sony. I've just read that apparently Sony have devoured, and they're not going to be able to do it for Marvel, a Daredevil Spider-Man arc where they take on Kingpin because they've just ruined it for some multiverse nonsense. Oh, they're very depressed about that, because that was going to be a really cool thing. Yeah, because now they might have to make a movie, which wouldn't be a bad thing for Daredevil to fill in the gaps. But I don't know if Tom Holland's got all the contractual stuff. So stop ruining things, Sony, please. Please, please, please. You make fantastic animation stuff, but you can't make a film for love or money. Not very good at all. So this, you know what? I think because it's a half and half, can it hold on or be eaten? How would it fit? It might fit. Let me see. Tell I'm concentrating on quiet. Yeah, it will hold it, so he could just be eaten. There you go. He's there, but he's not there. I'm happy with that, so that'll work. Miles. He just needs to go on. There we go. He can be stood there for now. I've got a very silly feeling what I should have done. When I have done it. When I moved this coaster up, I should have put these back so I could actually reach them. So I could have had one up top and one down the bottom, and I can put 6 characters in it. So that's what I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to do it. How am I going to do that? Because I can't reach. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Right. So not only can I not reach how it's going to do it, I don't even know if it's possible without turning the chain. So I don't know if that will go up. There is absolutely, with all the will in the world, because this, if this would work, if the chain would work, which it doesn't, because you can hear it. Oh, it might. Hang on. This is going to be live. Hope for the best now. Right, it's attached. Don't know if you can see it, but it is down on your bottom left of your screen. Oh, just bite, would you? I've got my arm between the Avengers Tower and the Daily Bugle. That's now stuck. I knew that was going to happen. That's now stuck on the track. Oh dear. Well, that's a fail. But that was a plan. So we can fit 6 characters in there, and that shouldn't be too bad. So we can get some people in there. War Machine. Why don't we get him? Does the helmet open up? It does. Actually, what I don't want to do is this string to rub, but he's always got an aerial view. I might put a Tony up there as well. If I can find a rogue Iron Man, those two can just be talking up top. Because, yeah, there's enough studs for two of them. So they can be having a chit chat up top. It's a really nice looking minifigure actually. The shiny silver works, and because they both think this does have... Oh no, it doesn't. It's just got the normal... I might have to swap them over. But we'll see. So that needs to go up on there. Right. Caps. One can be here with the Hulk. Guess we need a Thor or a Black Widow down there, don't we? I know where one of those are. I've seen her. There. It's the wrong outfit, I think. But those two can be there. Happy days with that. So that's 3 Hulk and those 2. Big Hulk up at the top. Those 2 up there. So we are actually getting somewhere. Painful, I know. It's very, very painful. When it's simple, I jinx myself. It's not going to be simple. I've just not thought it through. Right, battery change for you, and then we can carry on. New battery is in, and the next handful of minifigures are done. Now, I have got quite a few Tony Starks. I didn't actually realise how many of them I've got. Now, I've got 3 here, and they were just out of that little box. I've just brought them. I brought them over. We have got Undercover. We have got him in his half and half one, which I think is a little bit more rarer than the others. I think that came like the architectural set as a giveaway, and then they re-released it as another one. And then we got him in a different mark armor as well. But I think what I'll do, because I don't see that one that much, is I will put this one up here, and those 2 can be having a chit chat. This is going to go wrong again. What did I say I was not going to do? I was not going to balance you back up on top. I'm actually having to go on my tiptoes to reach this. This is how tall that set is. There should be 2 studs there. Oh, no, there isn't. You can stand there though, but you can't. Yeah, fine. He'll fall over. But that's those 2 just up at the top, which then means Undercover Tony needs to go with the other agents just down here, so he can just stand at the corner, but he's coming out with the other 2, and then this one will have to go somewhere. Now, the one thing I was thinking of, because again, with this, of all of the units, even though this is very tall, it would still work if I pushed it all the way to the back, because granted, you can't see from here the loading mechanism, but you can see the loading mechanism from here, and we can make a really nice display on the back, which would be quite a cool thing for the people to see if you were on this coaster. And of course, I can still make it work from here and it doesn't affect it. So I was umming and ahhing whether to rearrange these, but I think that works quite nicely. Having that tucked back a little bit more wasn't something I originally had planned, but now I want to focus on the back of this. Try and get some more of these bits sticking out, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes at the back, so we can get 8 more minifigures on the back of it. I'm going to have to use probably some of the older DC superhero minifigure CMF base bits, because I don't know how many of those I've got, because I don't know how many came with the Doctor Strange set itself. I know. I don't think they're in the box. No, because I flat packed the box, so they won't be in the box. They might be in my spare pieces thing, which it'd just be easier for me to get a handful of them. So that's probably what I'll end up doing, because I want to get some more to stick out the side of these as well. So I'm going to see if I can order some more of these prongy bits. But yes, I think if we can get a load of minifigures on the back just here, I think that would be a nice thing to do. So we will push this over for now, and I think that's how that would go. So yeah, that would be absolutely perfect. And again, I think you can see everything. Next idea that I did have, and I need to find, as always, everything else. Another one of these, and I didn't realise how long this one was. Now, I wonder if I can connect the two buildings, the Daily Bugle, to this. So it'd be quite cool to have another swingy rope just off the side, just so it's a visual thing going across. Because I have got one here. So we have got a Spidey with his head stuck in the horn and just swinging around with the camera. That's been there for ages. This web is massive. I think this one came with the car, so it's big enough to trap somebody underneath. So if we did have some more of these prongy bits coming off the side of this building, we could potentially have this trapping it as the Iron Man is falling off the building, because that's obviously another little diorama thing that I need to make up. I'd found loads of other Spider-Man attachments, but just not another swing rope. But I know you get them with the magazines. So I will go to the shop later on and see if they've got one. If you see this suddenly appear, it means I've got a magazine. If not, it will stay there for a little while. Right, Patterson Batman, you are coming over to this side. You can stand by your car just there, and you can be looking at the engine. These are cool looking minifigures. So again, I've got loads and loads of DC minifigures as well. We've got a different, I think we've got a different Superman, and then we have a Aquaman as well. I'm not too fussed about the Justice League stuff really, but still a nice looking minifigure to have a look at. Now this Superman is different to the other one. Where did I put that one there? Is it a different S, or is it exactly the same? No, different hairpiece. Different hairpiece, different suit. Everything's different on this one. So those two are different, which is pretty cool. So I can have different one up at the top just there, and then I've got a third different one up on that one, because that is another completely different one. I didn't realise I had 3 or 4 different Superman minifigures as well. I've got quite a lot of the villains, so there's another DC villain just here, so we'll put the more bizarre villains up on here. I need to find the pink flags. Both the pink flags got knocked off. There should be 2 more pink flags up at the top. I think they're the pink, and everything else on that is 100% complete, which is fantastic. I'm not going to keep walking backwards and forwards. I will grab them as a handful, so we'll stay over here for now. We've got the pack for the Ghostbusters. So I was missing one of those packs. I found that. That will clip straight onto this one just here. So we will pluck you back on the rooftop, because I need both hands. And I think it literally goes... No, that's the wrong way around. That was a different pack. Ooh. Interesting. Doesn't go where I thought it went. Right, we'll keep the pack on the floor. It's a different proton pack. So we'll keep that by the car then. So we'll put him back up on the stand. We'll bring you back over. He is down. He's down the back. Can I reach him? Of course I can't. I can't reach him. Oh. I didn't even know that was there either. So that's low key in his thing. How did that get all the way there? So just as well that did fall down. I didn't even realise that was down there. That is that. So that can go up on the tower next. That is the one that fell off. And that can go on the stand. I need 2 hands for that. Right, let's fix this one up and then get this on the tower. I knew this fell off the tower, but it fell off the tower where the tower's in. How has that got all the way over? I think that must have been one of the cats. We'll have to blame the cat for something. I can't be blamed for everything. They're not here to defend themselves. Now it should just sit and fit just on here, he says. Yeah, there you go. So that looks pretty cool just there over the top of the queue line. That's why I think it would make sense if we have all of the battle going down this side, and then you are going to see over the top just there. But just out of a matter of interest, how much does that close that off? Oh, it doesn't. So we lose nothing from there, so we can still see all of the display. Just got to figure out what I'm going to do with the row plate, and if I'm going to add in basically the row plate going all the way down, or are we going to stop? Because we've got 32 by 32 there, but we have got a 16 there. So we've basically got a base plate and a half of space on this table, which is handy. Because if all of these just push down, like so, again, they all need a clean. Doesn't make a difference with regards to what it does in front of the display, but you can still see everything spot on. But that is the space that we've got. So now we could just have something kicking off into there if required. So that looks, I think that looks pretty clean and pretty smart. So we'll keep it like that after I've added in the minifigures, because it is quite handy having the table display. And of course, we can stagger all the vehicles that are going to be on the road. We can't have too many of them, obviously, but we will have a vehicle if we can spread out, because now we can push this car back, move the base plates back. I've got all the roads ready to go. And also we can just add in whatever we want to go. I've just found Mysterio is down there somewhere, so he'll have to come in. Now, Black Panther. What a legend this character is. Now this is the really nice vibrant blue, which is before I think he wore the purple. I can't remember where he wore it, but I might try and reenact that scene. What an amazing actor he was. And yeah, he was such a good, so he needs really something quite special. I think it's only fair. Right, DC, Sonic, part of, right, we've got three ladies. That one is the loop coaster. I want to say it might have been from one of the shops. And this one is definitely outside the Daily Bugle. Window will go back in the Daily Bugle once I can actually get it fixed, because I'm still finding those pieces. Going to have to be ordered soon because it's starting to bug me a little bit. But yeah, so we can make a nice little diorama out the front of that. And obviously we have got all of these bits where they can stand just at the front on the diner as well. And yes, I know the traffic lights are on the wrong way around. That all needs to be sorted out and done. So I am going to have a little bit of a think with regards to what pieces need to be ordered now, and I will then carry on with this either later on today or tomorrow. A few hours have passed and we are going to do some bits and pieces over on the DC side. And actually we're going to start off with the row plates, because I have got these up in here and I don't know if these will fit. I know they won't fit down there, but I'm hoping, I have just moved one of these over, so I've got the bank in line. Yes, it will. So for now we can put them in there. And then what I will do is I will put some studs in the road to stand a load of minifigures on. Worst case is going to have to come to here, so we just have half a road showing, which is absolutely fine. So I've got these bits just there that we can plonk on, and that's not going to be a problem whatsoever. So that, for example, takes up 3/4 of a base plate. Or we do it like that, and we just get a square. So that again is not an issue whatsoever. In fact, I've got a square just there, so we'll do that. We'll do that for now to get them all lined up, and then this one might go down on that one. So this could be a road to nowhere, like so. That clips in, that goes in, and yeah, simple. So this could just be pushed to the gap. Try and do it with one hand. Just like that, simple. So yeah, we knew we were going to have a bit of a space just there. Got to figure out how we're going to get all this connected. I'm still not too sure what to do with that unit. I don't think the Jazz Club is the best one to put there. I don't know what to put there. I don't know. An Arkham Asylum or something might fit there. We could have a crazy Arkham Asylum, because I can't imagine it being much bigger than half a base plate, to be honest, and I think it would fit just in there. It's definitely not going to be that long, and then that just gets picked up and comes out, and it just has to go somewhere else. Where that's going to go, I don't know. because we've got one one space left here. So yeah, that'd be future problems. And yes, I know I've got quite a bit to build. I've got to build up the top of this one, so that will be happening off camera. I just don't have time to build anything. I've got time to do these bits and pieces, but by the time I've sat down and started to build, so it just takes hours and hours, where at least I can just keep coming up here for half an hour at a time when I've got time in between doing the Global Life Travels stuff and editing all the other videos and work and things. But for now, that is part of that, so we could make a diorama up. And the amazing thing about this truck, of course, it has, in case you didn't realise, the piano. There's all sorts of stuff in here. It will come out. But yeah, you've got a jukebox, got piano, we've got the walking bit just there, and the broom. So if you have got the jazz club, you do need this truck. In fact, you can see there's even more in there. You've got the chest in there, the drawers and everything else, and then you've got more artwork up at the top. And that artwork does, in fact, this comes off, doesn't it? Yes, of course it does. The top comes off, that's what it's designed for. This artwork actually gets replaced with another bit of artwork on the wall. So they are like for like, and yes, you can see those drawers and everything just in there. So it is a really cool thing that they've got that there, and it's just so simple. So put that in the wrong way, haven't I? But yeah, it does work. It does work very well, that one. So if you have got one, or you can get your hands on this, why you couldn't just buy this, I don't know. And why it was a giveaway purchase a month after the Jazz Club came out, when you've clearly got extra bits and pieces with regards to the piano and other stuff that will just add to that. So I'm pretty sure the whole removals truck, I could actually add everything in there and then just have the truck empty, and then I could use it as a different thing, because I think that was part of the Hawkeye TV show where they used the removal wagons, and that was my plan of attack. I might have one going to the X-Men mansion maybe. So I bought some spares on purpose because they were going really cheap on Facebook Marketplace, like £10, but I don't think people knew what they were, because it was just a normal price point. And nobody had any use for any of that stuff because it doesn't go in any of the buildings. But you needed the Jazz Club. So why Lego did everybody dirty like that, I don't know. Moving over this way with some of these figures and some of these characters. Let me spin. Excuse me. Let me spin a light round to make it a little bit brighter. There we go. So we have got. We need to get the full team of these. So I am missing a few, because not all of them from the end credits are included in the set, but we have got those 4, and we do need a few others. So I think I need to pick those up individually and add them to the display, and then just think about how and where they're going to go, because that is obviously like a disco type scene. There is a plan over this side. We're going to put the Lord of the Rings eyeball, because it's going to be a big merge of basically the Lego Movie 2, hence why we've got the Joker Man up top. We've got all these little bits and pieces in. I wanted to get just a little bit of stuff like this with a little bit of a diorama in, because it's going to be quite difficult to do. And then probably 8 studs around, all the way around on that, and I'll just cobblestone it all the way like they've done with the alley. Just got to figure out if I'm going to have the bank as the bank, or put the bank here, and then over a period of time get the Harry Potter bank and have that raised up. I don't know if this is going to need 2 stands, or if it's just going to need the one. If it needs 2 stands, we're going to be in trouble, because it's not going to fit beside it, but I think it can do with 1. Another stand could go in front of it, so we could actually have something higher in front. I know this will fit on the stand here as well. So we have got nice displays to go. So it'd be quite nice to have something very tall on that side. The artwork up, that up top, that there. I think it's just quite an impactful display. Now we've got the other flash. So we've now got both of these flashes together. So I've got to figure out what we're going to do with those. Obviously, these are just going to be used more as museum costumes. So we're not going to have these battling or anything like that, because that is what we're doing with these. So we'll end up spreading all of these out properly, get these sort of placed a little bit better, because I need to get the animated car here, Potentially I'll bring the animated minifigures down and then they could be wrapped around there as well. Not 100% sure what way to do that yet, and I can add in some more of the characters over on the back just in here. So we've got options and opportunities for things like that. Now, that minifigure just there, what is he doing there? That, I do believe, is the Daily Bugle minifigure for the newsstand. Sure, he is supposed to go in there, so I don't even know. See, they end up everywhere, and I cannot remember how or why that happens whatsoever. So we've got so many more of these to get through. Obviously, we're not going to get through all of them in today's upload, but this is an important one. This is a really nice, really nice figure, this one. So I can't actually remember how this all gets put together. I think it's something along those lines. Obviously, clearly not, as he drops it, but that will do for now. We are missing one or two bits on the base. So very detailed, and again, this is from the Daily Bugle, and we can have some bits and pieces of the sand on that. Or what we could do is just be stupid, and I'll plonk in there for now, because we've got an idea of the Rebuild the Galaxy for the Star Wars section. We've got an Easter egg from all the other themes and everything. We could have one Marvel Easter egg in there, and it could just be that, and we can have a little diorama around it, and we can have the stormtroopers shooting at him. That'll do. That will do. That will do. I'm sure I called the stormtroopers something completely different at the start of this video. I'm pretty sure I got it mixed up with something else. I think it's from another film. I'm pretty sure that's the type of trooper I said, rather than anything Star Wars related whatsoever. The glider. That's another important thing. This obviously we've got plenty of different variations of the gliders, and again, that will go. Put that there so we know where it is, because that is all going to happen as one separate upload. Have we got anything else? No, there's nothing else in there that I can easily grab and use. Now this is something that needs to go on here, because I'm sure this clips. That is one. It is. We have a thing. We've done a thing. So that is a piece that is needed for the base of this. So all we need now is 3 more of those, one of these, and the bit down the side, and we're good. So this is a never-ending project. How that shattered into so many pieces, and it's just ended up as individual things, I do not know. There's another one. Oh, this is getting exciting. So that's 2. And that's clearly a character that was on it. What that character is supposed to be, I have no idea. If you recognise who this is, then obviously let me know. But for now, that one can go back in the box. It's probably some crazy type of villain. Yeah, it's missing all of the layers, which is not helpful at all. So I put that there. I am missing a 2 and a 3 grey to go beside that, but we have a prong, which is good. So happy with it having a prong. Anything else in this box? Is this the box that keeps on giving? Or am I being greedy? I think I'm being greedy, and we are going to run. So that kind of thing, with regards to those pieces, could be in literally anything. And there's another Spidey. We've got plenty of them out and about. So I've got all of these bags on the floor to go through. So that's what I'm going to do now. I will then see. I am sure I might have seen 1 or 2 of those other poles. So we can't be that far off from actually completing the Daily Bugle at last, which would be great. And then at some point I've got to figure out what we're going to do with these. Are these just going to be scrapped for parts, or are we going to try and make these fit? Because we are starting to run out of space quite quickly. You, sir, can come over to here. You're missing your hot dog, so he needs his hot dog, so we can get that added in. So I will go through and try and find more bits and pieces like this, because they are in all of these bags. And see, there's a Harry Potter. That's the Harry Potter CMF series is in there, so they're all different bits and pieces. I'm sure I can see a custom Michael Myers in there. There's a Darth Vader in there, so there's all sorts of bits and pieces in that one. And there's 3 or 4 bags down here. None of these are the CMFs. These are all just other characters of things. So yes, we've got plenty still to do. But it's just going to take so long. Well, that escalated quickly. We now have a Burrows that is built, reviewed, and on YouTube, which means we're going to have to stop what we're doing with regards to putting all the minifigures back, because I've wrecked that. I've pulled all these units out. We've done a full comparison of everything. Hunt down the video and just listen to it in the background if you couldn't care less, because it just helps with the YouTube analytics. But we've done a comparison with all of the alleyway and all the other little bits and pieces. But that does mean we will have a Harry Potter special coming for the next upload from obviously the Disaster series, because we'll have the Burrows that we're going to be installing, and fingers crossed we might be installing the stand for the Joker Manette as well. So it's all going to be about Harry Potter, rebuilding that display. We can carry on getting the minifigures in, because we've got some fantastic minifigures here, and then we've got the little pigsty, so we've got to figure out what we're going to do with that. We're going to figure out if this will fit for my idea. I think it will, because we've worked out the actual size of this without the little bits and pieces on, which I wish Lego did things by studs. That would be a lot easier rather than just going by width. It is 107 studs by whatever else, so at least you can work it out with the base plates that way, so that'll keep things, for me anyway, a little bit easier. I've ruined what was underneath there as well, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to sort all of that out, but that's a different problem. So different time, different upload, different everything. But guys, that is it, and I am done. So we are going to have to stop, like I said, putting the minifigures out, so I can then crack on tidying all that up, to then put all of the new minifigures of the Harry Potter set for the Burrows, because there is a full family of minifigures that we will need to figure out where we're going to display those, and some of them are first time in the line. But this thing really is a cool looking thing, so you can see what that looks like. And again, check out the review, check out the unboxing. It was messy, but I won't spoil it for you too much. So guys, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You'll take care and I'll see you next one. Ta-da.